Hello students, this is Jasveer, your maths teacher. Firstly, I welcome to all of you on this YouTube channel. Today this class is for class 7 students, and today we are going to discuss the properties of integers for addition. Students, we have already discussed that what is an integer if you have checked our previous video. So firstly we will recall that what is an integer. The whole numbers are called as integers. The group of whole numbers together with 0. Students, 0 is neither positive nor negative, but still 0 is also a part of integers. And all the numbers, all the positive numbers are called positive integers, and all the negative numbers are called negative integers. Suppose 1, 2, 3 and so on, and for the negative integers -1, -2, -3 and so on are called integers. So students, there are 5 properties for integers. The first property is known as Clojure property. The second is commutative law, or you can say commutative property. The third is known as associative law, or you can say associative property. The fourth is additive identity, and the fifth and the last is additive inverse. So student, first property is Clojure property. It means if you have two integers a or b, in general we can say if we have two integers a and b, then the addition of these two integers is also an integer. Suppose if you add these two, if you add a plus b, then the answer is also will be a integer. So students, we can check by an example. Suppose I am going to take two numbers 2 and 3. Both the numbers are integers. 2 is an integer and 3 is also an integer. So students, if you add these two numbers, your answer is 5, which is also an integer. So this property is the sum of two integers is also an integers. You can take one example with the negative integers also. So I am going to take one example with negative integers. Suppose we have one integer -2 and we have other integer -3. And if we add these two, first of all we have to merge this sign. So it becomes -2 -3. Now both the numbers are negative. So minus minus plus, and the sign will remain negative, and the answer is also an integer. -5 is also an integer. So student, this property holds for integers, that is Clojure property. That means the sum of two integers is also an integer. Students, our next property is commutative property, and this property is a plus b equals to b plus a. It means we can add two integers in any order and you will get the same answer in both the cases. The order can be changed. If you write the first number on the second place and second number on the first place, then you will not get any change in the answer. So let us take one example for this. Let us take the value of a is 3 and the value of b is 4. So firstly we will write 3 plus 4, and on the right side we have to change the order of the numbers. We have to change the places of the numbers, or you can say integers. So here I have written 4 plus 3. So on both the sides your answer is 7. So for both the cases your answer is same. This means commutative law holds for integers. You can take any negative integer also. Suppose we have -5 and -6. We have two integers. So on the right side we will change the places. -6 will come on first place and -5 will goes on second place. So this is the form a plus b equals to b plus a. Now we have to solve this. We have to merge the signs, students. You cannot write two signs together. You have to write the second sign in the bracket, and before solving you have to merge these two signs. Now plus minus will become minus, and on the right side do the same process. Minus 6 plus minus minus, and you get minus 5 here. Now we have both the numbers with negative signs, so minus minus plus, but the sign will remain negative. So do the same process on the right side, also you will get minus 11. So for both the cases your answer is same. So I have taken one example for positive integers and one example for negative integer. And students, you have checked that for both the integers, positive and negative, your answer is same. For both the cases, left hand side and right hand side is equal, and for negative integers also you can see left hand side and right hand side, both sides are equal. So commutative law holds for integers. And third property is associative law. This property is for 3 or more integers. While adding 3 or more integers, you can make group of any two integers, and then you can add the third integer in this. This is a plus b in bracket, then plus c, which is outside the bracket, and on the right side take a outside the bracket and write b and c in the bracket. So I am going to take the values for a, b and c. So we will solve it with an example. So take the value of a is 3, the value of b is 5, and the value of c is 6. And on the right side 3 will be outside the bracket, and write down 5 and 6 in the bracket. So this bracket means the number which are in the bracket, you have to solve it firstly. So first of all we will add these two numbers. It will give us 8, and plus 6 will remain same. But on the right side we have these two numbers are in the bracket, so 3 will remain same, and add these two numbers and your answer is 11. So students, add these two numbers, your answer for the left hand side is 14. Now add the numbers which are on the right side, add, and you will get the same answer for this. So on both the sides your answer is 14. So this property, which is known as associative property, the sum of 3 integers while changing places will be same. So this property holds for integers. Students, our next property is additive identity. It means the sum of 0 and any integer will remain that integer. What it means? It means if you add 0 in any integers, the answer will be integer itself. Suppose we have a. In general form you can take a. If you have a plus 0, if you will do addition of these two integers, your answer will always be a. Or you can change the order, write 0 on first place, even then your answer will be same. For both the cases your answer is same. So let us solve it with one example. So let us take the value of a is 10, 11, 13. You can take any value, students. So take the value of a is 10. If we add 0 in 10, your answer is your answer is 10. And on the right side, for this side, you can write 0 plus 10. Then your answer is 10. It means if you add 0 in any integer, the answer is integer itself. That answer is not changing while adding 0. So 0 is the identity for addition. And the last is additive inverse. Additive inverse means if you have an integer and if you add the negative of that integer in the number, your answer will be 0. What it means? It means if you have one integer, suppose you have integer a and negative of this integer will be minus a. If you do addition of these two, your answer will always be 0. Let us solve it with one example. Let us take the value of a is 3. The value of a is 3 and the negative of this will be minus 3. If you add these two, first of all merge the sign, then 3 minus 3 becomes 0. So additive inverse of an integer is negative of that integer. If you have the value is 5 and you want to find the additive inverse of this value, then the additive inverse of 5 will be minus 5. If you have any value 7 and you want to find the additive inverse of that, then the additive inverse of that will be minus 7. But if you have the question with negative numbers, suppose you have minus 7 and you want to write the additive inverse, then the answer will be 7. Means the signs will be interchanged. If you have positive sign in the statement, then your answer will be negative, and if you have negative sign in the statement, then your answer will be positive. Students, I hope you understood everything about the properties of integers for addition. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, comment and share this video. If you have any type of any query, you can write it in comment section. Thank you.